All right, so I didn't want to upload a 20-minute video of me just kind of rambling on, so I thought I'd just kind of make a shorter video. I got rid of that video. So what I basically want to talk about, and I ended up really rambling on in the video I made. So this is kind of a second take right after, and I'm just like I don't want to upload that because it'll take like 3 hours. So what I want to talk about is I still stand by everything I've said throughout throughout all year. And that's that I don't fully blame Joe Barry for everything, for all the losses and whatnot. I don't fully blame him. I still think it's on every single part of this team. Now, special teams, yes, special teams has really taken a jump. They've really gotten better. So, I don't really want to say they're the main fault here because Nixon just had his best game on special teams as a kick returner against the Eagles this past weekend. So, outside of that, I do think, and before I really get into this real quick, let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you think is at most fault here? Try to keep your emotions out of it. We're all human beings, and we all get emotional about stuff. We're all invested in football and whatnot. Try to keep your emotions out of it, and let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you think, or what part of the team do you think is most at fault? So, anyway, get into it real quick. It's hard for me to fully put blame on the defense when you have an offense that all of a sudden now, this week, put up the most points of the season. 33 is the highest we put up against the Eagles of all teams. The number one team in the NFC. They're number one team in the NFC East, obviously. And they're one of the best teams in the league. And you put up a season-high 33 points? Where was this all year? Now, people are going to say, oh, it's Watson was injured, or Cobb, or Dobbs, or whatever. The best player on the offense is Aaron Jones, and they're not utilizing him to the full extent. And again, you should be on 3rd and 1. Give it to A.J. Dillon instead if you don't want to use Aaron Jones. You have one of the best backfields in the league, and they can get you a yard. They can. If you block for them, they can get you a yard. Because obviously if you don't block, they're going to stop behind the line of scrimmage. But when you constantly have, an offense that goes 3 and out, for example, to start the third quarter of the Eagles game, and I'm going to hammer this home because, the Eagles, it showed itself a lot. A lot of things showed themselves that have showed themselves throughout the year. Like this. Start the third quarter. Nixon gets like a 50-yard return up to midfield. Offense goes 3 and out. Gives the ball right back to the Eagles. 3 and out to start the third quarter. You had all this rest, all this time to prepare coming out of halftime. Scheme up, couple plays or whatever. 3 and out. Eagles walk down the field, score a touchdown. Stuff like that. When you constantly go 3 and out, you tire the defense, so then they're constantly out on the field. So that's why I can't put all the blame on Joe Barry. Now, yes, 363 yards rushing. Yes, that was, that's terrible. That's on him. That's on the coaching and whatnot. The players didn't really care. It seemed like they weren't trying to stop the run. Breaking records. Again, of course, every team has to break records against the Packers defense because, we've never had a good run defense. That, yes, is on him. But the offense is able to put up points, and the defense allowed 13 total points. 1 touchdown to start the third quarter, and then they allowed 2 field goals in the fourth quarter. Now, Rodgers was hurt. Yes, that's why you should have put Jordan Love in earlier. He was having a pretty good night there at the end. And if the defense would have got the ball back, maybe they tied up the game. Maybe it would have been a tie game. Who knows? It could have. You never know. You actually never know what could have happened if they were able to get the stop and not allow the field goal at the end there, which put them down 10. You had Jordan Love in there earlier. Maybe he's throwing dots. Maybe we don't put up field goals. Maybe we're putting up touchdowns instead. In the case, we probably win that game. Because again, the defense held them to 6 points. 2 field goals in the fourth quarter. 1 touchdown early on in the third quarter. That's it. 13 points. It was what? 20 was it 21, 28 points in the no, I'm sorry, 27 points in the first half. And you put up 13 in the second half. They made adjustments. It didn't really work. It didn't really work. But that's throughout the year. Before Watson was healthy. They just didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to hand the ball off to Aaron Jones. And so I don't want to blame the defense only because the offense has been bad as well. And I don't want to blame one side of the coin because they both have been bad. But to everyone yelling for Joe Barry's head right now, think about it. Go look at the stats. ESPN, I show them in my video. ESPN has the stats of the game. It's different on paper than what you see in the game. Yes, I totally get that. But when you are watching the game and then you go look at the stats, it's like, okay, in the game, yes, it looked bad, but the stat sheet says it wasn't all that bad. And yet, again, I will bring up the running game. Again, absolutely atrocious, super bad. Yes, they were. But you allow 13 in the second half. Rodgers is hurt. But even again, before this game when Rodgers wasn't hurt, he still had a broken thumb and whatnot. But even before that, the offense just didn't put up points. So I just wanted to, do a quick video on that. Again, I can't say fire Joe Barry because the stats show a whole different thing than what the game does, and the stats kind of help. And they kind of show that, hey, the offense is what's really fumbling the bag right now. But they're not the only one. It's both sides. Both sides. Everyone, again, special teams kind of out of the equation because, they've been doing pretty well. But except for Amari Rodgers, but, he's gone. So, but both sides are not doing well at all. So, we need to change that. And again, maybe that's Jordan Love. He did look pretty good. So, who knows? For now, though, like the video, share the video around, don't subscribe. And again, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm out of here. Peace.